Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
But that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Break. 54. Mike 54. Look at me. Score. 2.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Whip 61, matchbox lights. Leo. Lee Griffin.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A try here for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go.
First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on, 180. 58, come on. You don't know no better. Out. Check nickel.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 46-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Watch out.
Hey. High 7.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Let's go.
From the gun, Tomlinson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down.
Hey, defense, let's go.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
You draw corpus. Check. Fresno. Now.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. It's going the other way. The 20. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And, off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Check it out.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
A gain of 34 yards.
Here we go.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
180.
They'll run for it with Cook. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal.
Kill. Check 15, check 15.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Hey, Zoo. 57's the mic.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. The extra point up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You don't want none.
Look at me, zipper. 54, Mike. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. 54. You're not ready. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Tomlinson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Yes.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Back to throw. Tomlinson. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down, Chicago.
Get up. 180. Alert.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Throwing here, Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Check 4. I got it. Check safety.
49. Check 49. Alert.
Now Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and 12 at the Panthers' 43-yard line.
On second and 12, Trubisky throwing right, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Trubisky got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Chicago! Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I got you. I got protein spill.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. This is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So we got man. 6 guys. Topper. Let's go.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kenny Clark able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Come on,
now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Here we go on second and 12. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Panthers first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Show it up. Undercrush. Go.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
Last stop.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go, set, 30 base. Here we go. Check the backer.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
The outlaw. You remember Riggs? Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Sam on. Come. Check that. Rock it. Ready.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the 1st. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Come on, QB, come on. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. 58 to Mike, 58.
Here's Trubisky. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. Now the offense going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
18. 58, boys, 58 to Mike. What's the run? They're running it. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Wide open receiver complete. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Trubisky now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 2nd down, Cook. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert, but right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now it's Trubisky. He wants it all for the end zone, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
First down, Chicago.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
I got him. Put the smooth. 57. 3 bucks. Hey, ball.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Now Trubisky to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
At the 42-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Cook. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky firing quickly here, and that's complete. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Lock in, lock in. 58 Alpha. Mike, 58 right there. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. 58.
Trubisky will throw. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
Yeah, baby.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Now Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Extra point safely through, and it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
On the ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, 1 play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Throwing on 1st down. Tomlinson trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Past the 20. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the Panthers' 18-yard line.
You ain't got nothing. 57.
Now it's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch 54, watch 54. I got one.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Check 24, check 24. Check, lucky. Check 9, check 9.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Tomlinson. That's taken in by the tight end Perkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First target, first catch at a first down.
46-yard line.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Tomlinson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Ready.
Mike's by 4.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
61, matchbox lights.
Wide, get wide. Tight dog.
Ready.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Let's go. 15 Lonnie. Blue draw Corkers.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Go. Hey, exit. Go.
From the gun, Tomlinson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Tomlinson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
It's second down.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down again. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
And it's third down.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
58, boy, 58.
Now back to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So they bring out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 18. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the 4th quarter now. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jabril Peppers, the former first-round pick, there on the coverage. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo.
Here we go. Check.
Greystone travel.
Switch.
Here's McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
2nd and 2 at their 49-yard line.
Ready, set.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Pick it up.
Now.
To throw on 2nd down. Tomlinson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Here we go. 60 or.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Ready.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tomlinson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
58, right over there, right over there.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Oh, Trubisky going to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll set up a throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for our visitors, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.